Hello, this is John, J.D., Ph.D., Finance Concentration. I'll be talking about depreciation and amortization in this video. Here's a depreciation and amortization example. Let me first start off with some information here. Amortization here means spreading an intangible asset's cost over the useful life of that asset. An example of an intangible asset is a patent. Depreciation means spreading a tangible asset's cost over the useful life of that asset. An example of a tangible asset is a factory. Both amortization and depreciation are non-cash expenses. So here's a question. It's a hypothetical scenario, and let me read off the question. It says a company has an EBITDA of $120,000, an interest expense of $20,000, and a net income of $42,000. The company's tax rate is 50%. What's the company's depreciation and amortization expense? Now, EBITDA stands for earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. So let's look at the solution here. In the box here, I have some very important equations for this miniature income statement. EBITDA minus depreciation and amortization equals EBIT. EBIT stands for earnings before interest and taxes. EBIT minus interest expense equals EBT. EBT stands for earnings before taxes. EBT minus taxes equals net income. Okay, I'm going to start with the third equation in that box because we essentially have to solve this problem by working our way up the income statement. So EBT minus taxes equals net income. Now, the tax rate is 50%. The tax rate is different from taxes. The tax rate is a percentage. The taxes, it's a dollar amount. So the taxes, how do you get the taxes? Well, you take the EBT and multiply it by the tax rate. So T here stands for the tax rate. EBT minus EBT times the tax rate equals net income. So I substituted EBT times T in for the taxes. Now I'm going to factor and we have EBT times the parentheses 1 minus T equals net income. Now divide through by 1 minus T on both sides now. So EBT equals net income divided by 1 minus T. Again, T is the tax rate. Now just substitute in the information. We know the net income is $42,000 and the tax rate is 50%, so 0.50 in decimal notation for the tax rate T. So $42,000 divided by 1 minus 0.50 equals $84,000. Okay, now let's proceed onward to the second equation in that box, and EBIT minus interest expense equals EBT. Alright, now solve for EBIT and you get just moving the interest expense around there onto the other side. So you have EBIT equals EBT plus interest expense. We're given the interest expense of $20,000. EBT we just solved. I just solved for that, $84,000. So $84,000 plus $20,000 equals $104,000. Now go to the first equation in that box, and we're almost ready to solve this completely now. So EBITDA, again, EBITDA stands for earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. So EBITDA minus depreciation and amortization equals EBIT. EBIT was solved for just a moment ago. That's $104,000. Solve that equation, the EBITDA minus depreciation and amortization equals EBIT equation. Just rearrange that and solve for depreciation and amortization. So depreciation and amortization equals EBITDA minus EBIT. We are given the EBITDA of $120,000. EBIT was solved for a moment ago, $104,000. So $120,000 minus $104,000 equals $16,000, and that's the company's depreciation and amortization expense for this problem. Thank you.